Let me borrow the Leica D Lux 8. And again, I am going to be reviewing this camera probably on the weekend, so I'll be taking it with me. But so far, I'm just gonna take it for a spin for a couple of minutes, and I want to share it with you guys. The first experience of holding the camera, that's the first thing that I have to say. Now, this camera, as you guys know, there is, in my opinion, not much change to the D Lux 7 in terms of sensor, zoom lens. But one of the things you're going to realize if you own other Leica cameras is going to be the fact that this one has all the menus, just like an M11 or Q3. Let me just show you. Just go with the menu here. And sorry, because we're doing this with a phone. So turn on the camera there. And no, turn it off. There you go. And the menus and everything that you see on the screen shows kind of like on a camera. Let me just turn the screen on the other side. Sorry, this is just a first look, very random, but take a look at this. So the menus are going to be exactly the same thing. Now, one of the things that I was testing is the autofocus. I mean, it's pretty snappy. Again, we're talking about a micro four third sensor. This is the lens right now in its widest millimeter, and when it extends, it kind of like become pretty long, as you can see, right? So the handling of the camera is very, very light. As you can see, if you own a Leica Q3, you're gonna feel really familiar. They pretty much took all the cues of the Leica Q3. When designing this camera, even the arrangement of dials, shutter release, the side dial that has also a button right there. And again, 17 megapixel may not be a lot of resolution for someone that is used to, 24 full frame or even more 60 megapixel. But to be honest with you, when you take an image with this camera and you zoom in, you see plenty of detail. So I'm going to be taking pictures, and some of these pictures are going to be shared on maybe here, Facebook, YouTube, and it is touch screen, as you can see. Yeah. So we're going to be taking it for a spin right here in Zurich. Let's see. So let me show you the range. Try to zoom in right now. It's widest, focus, and now we go back. One of the things that you can notice is that the resolution of the screen, focus. YouTube doesn't let it focus. One of the things that you're going to realize is that the screen is very bright, which is something that cannot say about a lot of cameras. It's actually very bright, and I haven't dove into the menus yet. There you go. But coming back to the ergonomics, feels really good. Even though this camera doesn't have a grip, feels really good in the hand. Now, this is the lens at its widest position. As you can see, you have also the same material as the Leica Q3 on the body. I don't know how much this weighs, but I think the weight is lighter than the D Lux 7, for what I recall. We have two buttons right there. We have the 4-directional pad there, just like an M11 or Q3. Well, actually, M11 has the buttons on the other side. It's just like a Q3 or an SL3 camera. Dial up to 2000. Nothing has changed, in my opinion, from the prior version, the 7. So the main change here is just the design, the new menus, and the EVF. I don't know if you can see through the EVF. This one has a little bit less resolution, but it is all LED right now. So it looks really good, and I'm actually gonna peek right now through it. Yeah, it looks really good, and really bright. So that's a really comfortable camera to walk around with. Let's take a couple of pictures here. And again, this is a very random video with my phone. I wanna review this camera properly. So I just wanna give you a first look of this thing. I believe this is water from the Alps, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so for street photography, this could be a really good camera, you know, something that you put in your pocket. It's very pocketable. It's compatible with the Leica app as well, which is going to allow you to download images on the spot. The camera is actually really fast. Let's actually see the boot up time. So let's turn it off right now. And we're going to turn it back on. 1, 2, 3. Press the button and you're up. So it's actually faster than the M11, that for sure. I would say that it is probably in line with the Q3. Now, the only difference that this one, you gotta wait for the lens to extend. So we'll do it again. Turns off. 1, 2, 3. And it's on. So it takes a little bit because that's what it takes for the lens to extend, but it's way faster boot up time than an M11, for example. All right, yeah, so see, you know, just point and shoot. That's what you want to do with this camera. Can't talk much about the image quality, you know, colors or anything like that. I haven't actually downloaded any of the pictures, but what I can tell you is that the usability is actually a joy to use. And the fact that it's really small and it has a viewfinder, it's amazing. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to be comparing this camera with the Fuji. Let me just turn this around. A lot of people are going to be comparing with the Fuji X100, the 6 or 6. But the difference with this camera versus the Fuji is that this is really, really small and a lot lighter than the Fuji. So if compactness is what you're looking for, this is the camera. By the way, this is my own strap. For some of you guys that have been following me on Thread, I'm actually making straps, custom straps. And I just put this one because I don't want to drop it. But anyway, going back to this, you know, a lot of people are going to be comparing this camera or saying, oh, you know, for that money, I get a Fuji X100 6, which is, you know, true, right? That one is 40 megapixels, and it is a camera that has a APS-C sensor versus Micro Four Third and 17 megapixel. I believe the sensor is actually 20 or 21, but the lens only covers a portion, so it's an effective 17 megapixels. But once again, this is not a camera that you're gonna take for sport photography or, you know, do a wedding, although probably you could. 17 megapixels is gonna be plenty of resolution for, you know, those casual shooters that, you know, just wanna capture a moment just to go on social media. I mean, even print a 17 megapixel, depending on how big you're gonna print. And the fact that you're not gonna have to crop because you do have a zoom lens, and the optical quality of this lens is really, really good. Clashing Clans, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? So the fact that you are going to the fact that you're going to be zooming in, I guess the 17 megapixels are going to be more than enough. Now, let's talk about the Fuji X100 6, which I actually own that camera. With that camera, you're bound to 35. So if you want to come to an equivalent of 70, you are losing resolution. Probably if you crop that much, you are going to be probably even below that. I'm not doing the math right now in my head. But yeah, so you're not going to have to actually crop because you're going to be able to visualize and zoom in if needed. Now, it has this zoom rocker here, just like, I believe the D Lux 7 also had it here like that. Yeah. So it's pretty much like a Leica Q3, whereas on the Leica Q3, this is the on-off. Now you have a button there for your on-off, and I hope the sound is good because I don't have a microphone, so we're gonna continue just taking some pictures. I like the boot up time. It just boots up really quick, and this for me is a plus. So I'm gonna be posting these images on my Thread account. If you don't follow me there, or Instagram is @GastonShutters. I'll be posting it after this video. Just doing this live. Hopefully I'll review this camera in the next couple of days, and a video is going to be going up on Instagram. I'm sorry, on YouTube. Let's just zoom in again. Someone is asking if this camera is weather sealed. Good question. I'll have to find all that out. The one thing that I noticed is that now we have video specs in this camera, and I haven't heard anyone talking about video specs. So I press this button, and as you can see, we're in video mode right now. Let's actually capture some videos. Okay, I'm taking videos. Does it have any kind of stabilization? Well, let's walk and find out. It doesn't look so shaky. I'll just take a small clip, we'll review and see how good it is. Yeah, it doesn't look that shaky. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has image stabilization at all. So, we'll see. There you go. Now, this button is configured for video. We're gonna switch to photo again. And let's just park here and take some photos. As you can see, it's really, it's actually really, really bright, the screen. So I can tell. So let's wrap this up. Size-wise, this is what you should expect. It's really, really small. Now, interface, we have a shutter speed dial there that goes up to 2000. Got the shutter release. This is your zoom rocker. Sorry about that sound. And we have a power button right here. And we have the side dial with the button on the top. The screen does not tilt or anything, it's fixed. And you have the same play, 4-directional pad there, and the menu. And that's about it, guys. So leave a comment down below with what you want me to review. Someone is cutting some metal here. So yeah, leave me a comment down below with what part of this camera you want me to review. As you guys can see, and something that I didn't know, it has video as well. There you go. Let me see if it has a microphone input. Let me try to open this thing. No, we don't have microphone input here. So we have a USB-C and what it seems to be an HDMI. So just like the Q3, we don't have, as I can see right now, we don't have any microphone input, but we do have video specs. So guys, this is gonna wrap it up for me right now. I'll spend some more time, take some more pictures, and be in the lookout, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be reviewing this camera and posting a video very quick about the D Lux 8. So far, so good. We'll see how those images look. Take care.